How's it going, guys? Mal here from the Mal SCFC Vlogs YouTube channel, and welcome back to another video. Now today we've got a special one for you. Obviously it's not a vlog, obviously as I'm sitting down in my college studio recording this video. We're going to be doing a World Cup predictor of the group stage. If you guys do enjoy this video, please make sure to like button, subscribe, turn post notifications, and I will do more. But yeah, I won't keep you waiting too long. Let's get into it. So, first off, we've got Group A, which contains of Ecuador, Netherlands, Qatar, and Senegal. Now, in my fourth place for me, it's going to have to be Qatar. Now, I don't know, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know many of their players, but I never heard of anyone from Qatar. Sorry if any Qatar fans are watching, but yeah, I just don't see them making it past the group stage. There was something that came out a couple of days ago where supposedly Qatar tried to pay off Ecuador's players to lose 1-0, which if that's true then that's absolutely shocking, but yeah, who knows about that. In third place then, I've gone with Senegal. Now, Senegal, massive blow for them earlier this week as Sadio Mane has picked up an injury and will miss the Qatar World Cup. It's not ideal from a Qatar, from a Senegal point of view, but it's also a massive advantage to anyone who is playing them in this group stage. They still got some quite decent players though. They've got Iliman Ndiaye from Sheffield United. They've got Kalidou Koulibaly from Chelsea and EDOUARD MENDY in goal. So they don't have too much of a good squad, but they are lacking a bit of attacking threat. But they do have Famara Diédhiou, who used to play for Bristol City, who I fondly remember from his days there. Always used to be quite good against us. So I'll put Senegal in third. But in my second place, I'm going to go with Ecuador, and Brighton midfielder Moises Caicedo is bound to make a difference. Now that guy, he's been watched all over the world. He's had many big interests on big teams in Europe. I think he needs to continue his form at Brighton if he wants to prove himself to become that top level player. So that's why I think Ecuador are going to make this round of 16 or whatever you want to call it in the World Cup. And first place then, I'm going to go with the Netherlands, and the Netherlands need no further introduction. I've watched them myself live and they're just an unreal football club, managed by former Man United manager Louis van Gaal, who is vastly experienced in this level. They've got two massive centre-halves in Matthijs de Ligt and Virgil van Dijk, who are proven in their European counterparts. Obviously Van Dijk doing well for Liverpool and Matthijs de Ligt doing well for Juventus. Now, they've also got a right back by the name of Denzel Dumfries, who did impress me during the Euros last time out. He was very good. They've got two new faces in, Cody Gakpo and Xavi Simons, who are both playing for PSV and are doing very well. They've also got Frankie de Jong, who was wanted by Manchester United earlier this summer, but didn't manage to get the deal done. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching the Netherlands in this tournament. But yeah, let's see how they do in this tournament, and hopefully they can do as well as I think they can. But anyway, moving on to Group B then, which consists of England, Iran, USA, and my team Wales. Now, we'll get on to Wales in a minute, but in fourth place right now, I think it's going to have to be Iran. Now, Iran, only have your can bash, and I know many of content creators have been slated by the Iran fans for, you know, putting disrespect in the club's name, but I'm not writing it off whatsoever because I know what teams are capable of at this big stage. You've got these dark horses, and I think Iran could fret a few of these teams, which is why I'm slightly moving them to fourth, because I think England, USA and Wales are all good teams. But we'll just have to see what happens. In third place, USA. Right, hear me out. They do have a good team. Brendan Aronson is doing very well for Leeds, so is Tyler Adams. They've got Christian Pulisic, who is a good player. They have these good players, but will they perform at this big level is what I'm trying to get into my head. Yes, there may be a bit of bias in there, but you get where I'm coming from anyway. But it is what it is, I guess. You know, Wales, England, they're going through. But I think we'll just come off too good for USA, in my opinion. Second place then, as you can see on the screen, I'm going to leave it as it is. Wales in second. This is a little message to a certain content creator called Thogden. I watched a clip earlier this week of him saying, apart from Aaron Ramsey and Gareth Bale, he does not see anyone who can perform at this big level. Now, you've got players like Brennan Johnson, who is a Premier League striker, Kiefer Moore, who's doing well for Bournemouth. You've got Joe Rodon, who's impressing out there in France for Rennes. Yes, I'm being a bit biased here when I say Ben Cabango is also going to be a big key asset for Wales. You've got Joe Allen, who, yes, is aging, but he has that experience. He has that fever of 2016. Yes, Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey are big players, but you've got to also look at what these players are capable of. Yes, there may be questions about, you know, how they may perform on this big stage, but like you gotta look at their form right now and think these players are going to perform. But we'll just have to wait and see. I think we will remain unbeaten in our group stage. This may come back to haunt me, but this is genuinely how I feel. England in first then, obviously, as the song goes, oh, England is for love, you know what that is. But yeah, I do think England will top up the group. They have too much quality in there. You've got the likes of Harry Kane, James Maddison, who's on form for them this year. Mason Mount, you've got Phil Foden in there. The list goes on at the end of the day. And I just think that England will steamroll the group. I do think we'll draw to England, that being my personal opinion. I think we'll draw to England. But yeah, it's just my opinion, innit? You can disagree, agree if you want to, but obviously that's completely up to you. Group C then consists of Saudi Arabia, Poland, Mexico, and Argentina. Messi, and is this his final World Cup? Let's just see about that. No needs introduction. Saudi Arabia in fourth now. Again, like Qatar, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know any of their players. There's just nothing in there. There's always going to be those 1, 2, 3 teams that, you know, you're just going to write off from the start. But they could easily prove me wrong. Saudi Arabia could easily prove me wrong. I'm not saying they won't. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see when we Saudi Arabia in fourth. Now, this may shock of who? Mexico in third. Now, with me in Mexico, Hirving Lozano, big player last time out for them in the major tournaments. Will he do it again is my question. I remember when I think he bagged against Germany before in the Russia World Cup, was it? I'm not too sure. Hirving Lozano, I think there's Alvarez as well from Ajax as well, who's doing quite good. But yeah, Mexico, I'm not writing them off. I think it could come very close between them and Poland. Poland in second, obviously, but Mexico, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna write you off, but yeah, it's just not gonna. I just think it's gonna be very tight. I think you might just miss out on goal difference. We have to wait and see when we. Poland in second, then obviously you can't doubt the qualities of striker Robert Lewandowski. I think he is going to be a key asset towards this tournament. I think him going out last time in the group stage, I think will put a bit of fieriness into him. I think it'll get him ready for the Qatar World Cup. Matty Cash, great right back. Zielinski as well, plays for Napoli. The list goes on. They got some quality players, Poland. I think they will become dark horses in this tournament. We'll just have to wait and see when it comes to the best. But speaking of the best, we got one of the best, Argentina. Now, Argentina are in first for me in Group C. I think they have had a few injuries, which has brought MLS star Thiago Almada into the squad. Obviously, you can't doubt the qualities again of Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi, obviously, big star in PSG colours right now, one of the best in the world. For me, Ronaldo is the GOAT, even though the ongoing situations, which I'll get into in a bit. But yeah, I'm thinking Argentina will do quite well. Paulo Dybala as well. He'll do quite good in this tournament, I think. But yeah, Argentina in first. We can't doubt their qualities. At the end of the day, they are one of the favourites to win the tournament at the end of the day. So yeah, moving on then to Group D. Now, Group D consists of Tunisia, France, Denmark, and Australia. Australia, right. Fourth for me, Tunisia. Tunisia, Welbeck has replaced them. That's the only player I really know. And, well, Hannibal Mejbri, who Swans did play just 2 weeks back when we faced Birmingham. He did look quite bright in that game, to be fair. I think some people are undoubting the qualities that he may have. But, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what he does in this Qatar World Cup, because this is big. It's a big challenge for him. I think he's either 18 or 19, I'm not too sure. But yeah, Hannibal Mejbri, I think will have a good tournament, but I don't see Tunisia anywhere other than fourth. Moving on then, third, I'm going to go with Australia. They got some good players in there. From the top of my head, I know Tim Cahill was a good player. Whether he's in the squad or not, I don't know. I can't. Aaron Moy is in there as well. Celtic. I just don't see. I think Australia will just. I think it'll be rather tough for them against opponents, I guess. I really don't know. This is such an unpredictable group at the end of the day. But Aussies, don't take my words as a pinch of salt, because I think you could do really well. Second, then Denmark. These guys dropped Wales out of Euro 2021. Or is it Euro 2021? Yeah. You've got your likes of Yusuf Poulsen in there, Christian Eriksen, who's shining for Man United. Whether he makes it or not, Yannick Vestergaard, I'm not too sure. Kasper Schmeichel's in there, plays for Nice now, miss him loads in the Premier League. There's some great players in there, great players. And I think that's what will get them second, but you cannot doubt the quality of who I'm about to move on to. France. France are in first for me. France, they're just so good, and they're just so, like, oh, how do I even put this? Like, France are just, they are one of my favourites to win the group, win the tournament, sorry. Mbappe, Benzema, and Nkunku's now injured, which is a massive blow for them, because even though he might have not got any minutes, he's still a quality player. You've got your Antoine Griezmanns, you've got your Mike Maitlands in goal, you've got your Lucas Digne's in there, he's performing for Aston Villa. The list goes on at the end of the day. France are just a different unit, and I think that's what will drive them even further in this competition. So we'll just have to wait and see at the end of the day. France are just a really unbelievable side. Moving on then, Group E. This is going to cause a few problems. Now, fourth is going to be Costa Rica for me, obviously. Costa Rica, the only player I really know is KEYLOR Navas, and I think he might have the qualities to keep a few clean sheets. My bad. Few clean sheets in there, maybe for KEYLOR Navas, but against the likes of Spain and Germany, you're gonna have gonna have to write them off a bit anew. Even though Germany didn't really do that well back in Russia. Yeah, I just don't see a way for Costa Rica. For Japan, now Japan, again, when you've got one of your key assets in Takumi Minamino, you just have to look at that and say, like, on paper, you're not going anywhere really, are you? But yeah, we easily, any of these teams, by the way, can easily write me off. I'm not gonna sit here and slate every single team like they're in 4th and 3rd, because I genuinely think any team has got as equal chance to beat anyone. Yeah. Second, oh, what am I doing? Second for me, Spain. Spain, there I've said that. Spain, Unai Simon in goal. He's a good keeper on his day. He's playing for Atletico Bilbao. Pau Torres, who's good at Villarreal. You've got your Moratas in there. You've got your Pedris, Rodri. The list goes on. It's going to be so close between Spain and Germany. I'm sorry, like, I really, I can't tear the two apart. Obviously, first is Germany. Stating the obvious, no shit, Sherlock, but yeah, it's so hard to tear these two teams. First, Germany. Jamal Musiala, his first tournament. I cannot wait to see this boy in action. Manuel Neuer, will this be his last tournament? I'm not too sure. You got your Thomas Mullers in there, who can perform at this big stage. Klosterman, if he's been picked, then I don't really know. I've not really looked at these teams. All I know is Steven Bender's been robbed. Yeah, I can't tear these two teams apart. I know I've been going on a bit about it, but yeah. Group F, Morocco, Croatia, Canada, and Belgium. Now, if you look at this on paper, this is my group of death. My group of death. Because Morocco are a good side, Croatia are a good side, Canada have good players, Belgium are just superior. Which is why it's going to be a very close group. Now, Canada in 4th. Canada in 4th. Alphonso Davies. Right, what a left back this guy is. Will he perform at this big stage? And I think I'm right in believing this is his first tournament. Well, his first like major tournament, his first World Cup. I know it is his first World Cup. But yeah, I think he'll perform. But I think it's a matter of, will his services supply the front line? Like, will like Canada? I'm not writing Canada off. I think they're a great side. I think they will. It could easily go one or two ways. It could easily go like this. But as it stands, as you could see on screen now, this is the group I've gone with. So Morocco in 3rd, Croatia in 2nd, Belgium in 3rd. Morocco, Hakim Ziyech has come back into the squad after falling out with his manager. Well, the previous Morocco manager, which is good to see. I think Morocco have been missing someone of Hakim Ziyech's qualities. Even though he's not been performing as best for Chelsea, I think Morocco will feast off of Ziyech's set pieces. You saw how good he was back a few years ago in the Champions League when he's playing for Ajax. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. 2nd, Croatia, obviously finalists in the last World Cup, and unfortunately just missing out to France. Luka Modric, this will probably be his last tournament. He is getting on a bit now, isn't he? You've got Luka Modric in there, you've got Kramaric, you've got Mandzukic, if he's still in there. But yeah, I haven't really looked at these teams properly at the end of the day. But yeah, Belgium in first. Apologies if the bloody light's gone a bit thing, the light is just couldn't turn off in yet, but anyway. Belgium in first, Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku, just to name 2 players. I could go on for ages about the qualities Belgium have, but I think you already know what they've got. Like, Belgium are they're just such a great side. Like, I've watched them in person against Wales. Obviously, Wales drew to them 1-0. That was a good game. Brennan Johnson obviously getting a late equaliser in there. That was when like everyone was just partying about going to Qatar. What a night that was for anyone who was there. But yeah, Belgium in first. You can't doubt their quality. It's one of my favourites to win the whole tournament. But yeah, we'll just have to see how it happens. And then the second to last group then, you got Brazil, Cameroon, Serbia, and Switzerland. Now, fourth for me, Cameroon. Now, I don't want to do this because obviously Swansea City midfielder Olivier NTCHAM is actually going to Qatar with them. And while I'm currently recording, I think they're actually playing, so best of luck to Olivier and whoever else is playing. I think Vincent Aboubakar is playing as well for Cameroon. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what Cameroon could do, because I think they're going to be one of those teams that could really shock a few names and faces, or whoever else. Any animals, dogs, don't know who else, but they're going to shock you. Switzerland and Serbia. Serbia are going next. Dusan Tadic, will he perform at the big stage? I don't think this is his first World Cup. I think this might be his second. I'm not too sure. But third for me is Serbia. Serbia are a great team. Great team. Like, I don't know many of their players, but I know they're a good team because I've kept up to date with some of the games that are on FootMob, and Serbia are a team that tend to impress me quite a bit. So, will Dusan Tadic, oh, the lights have just turned back on, unreal, thanks. Yeah, whatever else is said, well, less said the better, well, about any team who has to come up against Serbia. Because I think they could cause problems to my next team. Switzerland are in second for me. You've got your Xherdan Shaqiri's in there. Xherdan Shaqiri. Now, this guy was a little dancer back a few years back when he was playing for Liverpool. He was one of those players who tend to pop up with a masterclass now and again, and I hope he does have a masterclass in this tournament. Haris Seferovic, I don't know if he's in the squad. I haven't looked at these squads properly, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, I'm pretty convinced that Switzerland will come second, even though it could go either one of this way, but I'm edging towards Switzerland in second. First then Brazil. They don't really need any introduction. Vinicius, Gabriel Martinelli, Neymar, Rodrigo, Alisson Becker in goal, just to name a few. Like, obviously, it's gonna be such a close tournament if you think about it. You got these players, and you think, how are they gonna determine a winner? These games are gonna be so close, in my opinion. But I think Brazil are gonna ease this group, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. Yeah, they obviously I can't really put anyone above them. Brazil are just Brazil, aren't they? Anyway, moving on. Last group then. Ghana, Portugal, South Korea, and Uruguay. Now, this may shock a few. Oh, no. South Korea in fourth. Right. Heung-min Son is fit for the tournament. And I think South Korea are going to be buzzing with that. South Korea, you've got yourself a hell of a player if you didn't know already. Sonny is just like, he's the happiest footballer in the Premier League with a dangerous mindset. It wouldn't surprise me, right, if one of these two switched places. But my top two are staying the same. Third is Ghana. Andre Ayew obviously plays for him, and he is the captain. Jordan Ayew as well, his brother, has been called up, which is good to see. You got Thomas Partey in there, who is Arsenal's centre midfielder. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Ghana can do, to be honest. I know Andre had got his, I think it was 110th cap for Ghana. I'm not too sure, but he did hit a landmark just earlier, well, yesterday I think. Second, Uruguay. I think these are going to be the dark horses for the tournament. Darwin Nunez, Luis Suarez probably can play his last tournament. Jimenez, Muslera in goal. I think he's going to be in goal for them. So that's just the name four. But I'm really excited to see what Uruguay can do. I think they're going to be the dark horses. I think they're going to make it to at least the quarterfinals. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Darwin Nunez in action, obviously. He has scored a few for Liverpool, but he has had a few donkey moments. So let's see if he can set his mind straight against the likes of Portugal, who I've got in first. Ronaldo. Let's have a chat about Ronaldo. My GOAT, by the way. Anything like, any like debate, Ronaldo's my GOAT. Then. Obviously, an interview came out the other day where he was slandering Man United. My thoughts on it. I haven't actually watched the full interview yet, but I think what Man United's doing to Ronaldo is, if he's correct, by the way, I'm not saying these could be true. I'm not going to jump to any conclusions, but I think Ronaldo, if those accusations are correct, then what sort of club are you? Like Ronaldo is right. Man United aren't progressing like he thought they would. I think that there are teams way higher than Man United in terms of like caliber, like the caliber of the likes of Man City, Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, are way above Man United's caliber, which they shouldn't be happening at the end of the day. I think Man United should be a team that's pushing for the title every year. But you've got players like Harry Maguire at the back for you, and you don't like, how can you progress as a club if you've got that? But I'm not here to talk about Man United, I'm certainly here to talk about Portugal. Ronaldo's teammate Bruno Fernandes obviously shining as well. They've also got William Carvalho, who's a good player. They've got Cancelo, who's doing well at City. Portugal will make it as far as the quarterfinals, in my opinion. There we are, I've said it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with my predictions. If you'd like me to do more of these in this particular setup, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I've been Marley SCFC Vlogs. I hope you enjoyed this video because I've surely enjoyed making it. Thank you to everyone watching, and I will see you all in a bit. Thank you guys. Up the Swans.